If your whole goal is to build wealth, then you might want to reconsider that second job. And in this video, I'll share with you 3 reasons why. But first, a little bit about myself. I grew up low income in Oakland, California. I eventually graduated from college, got my MBA, and then spent 10 plus years in corporate finance in roles such as head of finance and director of finance. But with that being said, let's get into our number 1 reason. Number 1 is because you only have a finite amount of time. Now, as a short-term strategy, if you need the money, you gotta prioritize what you need now. Because if you have bills to pay now and you can't afford them without a second job, by all means, get that second job, get your things handled. But for the long-term strategy, remember that you only have a finite amount of time. So the longer you're spending diverting your time and your resources on separate things, the less you'll have in focusing on one that will make you stand out. And remember that we're in a competitive environment. If someone spends all their time dedicated to one goal and you're spread out through many things, but the whole point about this is to win on that thing that they're focusing their entire time on, how are you going to outcompete them? And that really brings me to my number 2, which is mastering your craft. This can be in your career or some other skill, but likely you'll want to master your craft in a high value skill. This isn't a novel idea that I came up with, and it's something that you may have heard before, but this is the whole concept of building expertise and mastery of a high value skill, something that's lucrative and marketable. Because if your whole goal is to build wealth, then you need a valuable skill that people are willing to pay you for. So again, if you're diverting your resources, you're not going to be able to win against your competition if you keep spreading out your energy and your time. So you need to master your craft and focus. If you're good enough and able to focus on several things and still outcompete, you're special and you're a great person. But for a lot of us, we're not like that. If an average person is spending all their life on something and you're not, then you're likely going to not be able to win against them. Now, number 2 somewhat segues in number 3. But number 3 is you might want to consider using those skills to build a business. So this ties back to that we only have a finite amount of time. And if you're really trying to build a business, you might know that businesses take a lot of your time. If you're working multiple day jobs, how will you ever find time to even work on that business, let alone build and grow it? So this is where time management comes in. This is where strategy comes in. A lot of times, some people who have enough of the financial resources, they might give up all of their day jobs and focus 100% on their business. It's a bit of a risky move, especially if you don't have the finances to support that decision, but some people have made it work. The alternative is actually working a day job, not 2 day jobs, but hopefully a day job where you've mastered your craft and are actually earning more than your 2 day jobs combined, because that's something I've done. I've known friends and coworkers that have been stagnant in their 2 jobs because they weren't able to dedicate enough time and energy into growing their careers there. And with my single job, I end up making several times more than both their jobs. And with any extra time I have, I either can spend on hobbies or, specifically in my case, building my businesses. And I'm doing that because I think while working a day job and mastering a skill there and building my career, it makes it so I can earn more than someone that's, say, diverting the resources and working on multiple jobs. But I believe that there's a higher potential with building businesses. So that's why I've decided to do this. And that's why my number 3 here is why I think you should consider building a business. So again, there's a time and place for everything. Timing matters a lot. Strategy matters a lot. Short-term and long-term goals can conflict, but overall they can weave in together to give you a better outcome. So that's really all I have to say for this video. If you liked it, please hit the like button, subscribe, share with your friends and family. Thank you so much for watching.